was thinking the same thing. WTF?
Murder Durka.
Don't burn down my new house.
Dang it. So, cool. No, the stuff that I had hidden in the granary, I've got that on me. That's not in the chest. Well, I would assume that at least a little bit of that time passes with us discussing, in-game discussing the stuff that we discussed out of character. So, like, the idea for burning down the granary came up.
I wouldn't want to do it here in the cave. Like, if we started talking about that, I'd be like, let's go upstairs.
Oh, even with Durka and Peridot gone? Oh, well, yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
I don't think we should talk upstairs in the granary about burning down the granary.
Right. I'm just saying I don't want to talk about, like, setting up the goblins in a place where they have secret entrances to be able to come in that we can't find.
Yeah, it's a good call.
If Norgold overhears us burning down the granary, I'll just kill him. I'm not worried about that.
Well, the thing is, if Peridot's not in on this, and Peridot sounded like she was pretty sleepy, then we have no way of creating the illusion of goblins for other witnesses to see.
It's hard for me to imagine Peridot would be in on burning down the granary.
Yeah, the angle that I was hoping Peridot would be in on would be if I said, look, the goblins are going to burn down the granary. So it's really not like we're changing anything by doing it. We're just going to make sure that they take the blame for what they were going to do. That's justice.
Well,
right. And so, yeah, I'm not sure how Peridot or Billy as Peridot would actually take that, but I would think it would have a chance of working. But I won't try to do that with Billy gone. Yeah. We could always just try to, start spreading rumors. I assume there would be some bystanders, people who'd be like, hey, look at that burning granary. Let's take a look. Let's watch it. And we could be like, yeah, man, I saw some goblins. And make sure that we're not talking to the district guard about that, but kind of try to get a rumor started that it was goblins. And you know how that sort of thing goes.
yeah.
I don't see how us burning down the granary helps.
So I'm kind of hoping that we will eventually get a chance to do these trials again, but I'm thinking if they come back 3 hours from now and we're not ready to do the trials, that will seriously hurt our chances. But if the granary's burned down, we've got a great excuse for why we couldn't have been there. They're going to burn it down anyway, so again, it's not like we're actually like...
Are you an evil character, Joe?
I'm not evil.
That's totally chaotic.
That is an evil act.
I'm chaotic neutral. But the thing is, if I believe
that is not a just selfish act. That is a massive destruction of property, removing the home, possibly killing Norgold, evil class act.
But you're ignoring the fact that it's going to be burned down anyway. These things are going to happen.
It may not be, especially if we get a ghoul in the next 3 hours, for instance.
Okay. Ultimately, it's JJ's call on whether or not that would be an evil action, although I would disagree.
I'm not telling him he can't play it that way. I just think it's evil. I mean, people depend on this place for food, and it is owned by other people. It's not simply a minor selfish act of a neutral character.
But again, you're focusing on the fact that I would be the one causing it to happen, and my perspective on it is, it's gonna happen either way. So whether I burn it down or let them do it an hour later doesn't change whether they get that stuff.
My last rebuttal before we go back to playing the game is if I change this scenario to, I know an assassin was paid to kill this guy. They're going to succeed. This guy's defenseless. They're going to get here and kill them. So I'm going to kill him first and send an image of the assassin so everyone gets to see who the assassin really would have been. And it's not an evil act to kill this guy because, I mean, he was going to get killed anyway, right?
I don't think
pretty sure the logic fails there too.
I don't think destruction of property is evil. That's totally chaos.
I'm not saying that it's definitely not evil, but I disagree that a neutral character would never do that. I think a neutral character can easily do some evil things, can do some good things. I wouldn't necessarily do like the crazy stuff that like Martin's Chaotic Evil's character is doing.
Hey, don't be bringing me into this. I do it. I'm not evil. I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, I am not going to respond because, as I said, I just wanted to say that, and now I'm done. So we can move on.
All right. Well, I'm cool with going to get a ghoul either way.
Yeah, what I said in the chat, I would have said in character. Like, I think that I'm very much interested in trying out the trials just because, like, the goblins are, if there's anybody who's more of an underdog than us, it's them. And I don't like being underestimated, so I don't want to underestimate them. And I think us going and trying to get a ghoul, if we can bring one back, then we could be like, hey, good faith, we brought the ghoul. Let's go check out these trials. But I'm also supremely cocky and confident that, if we fail them, we'll find a way out. So, but I think if we can find a ghoul, or more adequately, if we don't find a ghoul, then we should not face the trials. Because if we don't have a ghoul, the jig's up and they're gonna know that we've been trying to fuck them over. But if we do find a ghoul, then we should decide, are we gonna do these trials or not at that time.
Mister, if we find a ghoul, I think we've got a pretty decent chance of succeeding on at least a couple trials. But Eula still feels really nervous about whether we're going to succeed on all 4 or 5 trials.
Right, but my argument is the other way around. If we don't find a ghoul, then we know we're not going to do the trial.
Oh, yeah, and I agree with that. I'm just saying if we do find a ghoul, then Eula is still kind of not so hot on the idea. But we can go get a ghoul either way. I think that's going to be useful.
I think that's what we should try to do for the next 3 hours or leading up to the next 3 hours and decide from there.
Yep, that works for me. We better hurry if we're going to do that.
And what's the plan to get the ghoul inside again? I don't mean capture it. I mean drag a ghoul through the streets.
They don't really seem to be too concerned with what we do in this district. So if we just have a humanoid figure tied up that we're dragging through the streets, probably not going to really raise that. I mean, we might get attention, but we're probably not going to get very many people coming up to us and be like, hey, you can't do that to that guy.
Is there a cemetery in this district, or are we going to have to go somewhere else?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. So that could be a bit more of a problem if we're having to travel between districts.
We could also just go to like a local pub and try the old trusty rumor mill. Go in there and be like, hey, we're looking for a ghoul. Anybody have any idea where something like that might be attained?
Yeah, we could, if we wanted to be a bit more circumspect about it, we could claim that we've got a bet going where I bet, that there's no such thing as ghouls and you bet that there are. And so we'll, can someone help us settle this? But, we're going to need proof. We're going to need to go see it because otherwise I'm still not going to believe it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then if we do go to one of the other cemeteries, we just we don't have to drag the ghoul through the street. Like we can, you know, tie it up nice and well, and I don't know, disguise it or something, like hide its bonds and just walk it through.
Because it'll be cooperative.
I don't know anything about ghouls. I'm trying to roleplay here.
Plus,
The one ghoul that we faced off against seemed to be just like a normal weird human that ate things. Right. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm gonna operate off the assumption that they're just a undead human thing.
We could put a burlap sack over the top of it. I mean, I'm sure some people are going to look sideways at some people walking down the street with leading somebody else with a burlap sack over their head. But you know, I've seen weirder stuff.
We get a big enough sack. All we gotta do is just put it in the whole sack and just drag the damn sack through the street,
That's true.
or put it in a crate and, you know, get it on a wagon. I happen to have it on good authority that Durka just recently found 8 copper. That should pay for a wagon rental. Yeah, Durka, where'd you get that 8 copper, by the way? Oh yeah, you're not here.
I thought he handed out 2 copper to everyone already. Because I marked it on my sheet.
He did, but I was not there. To rent? That's the coach cab anyway. That's like passengers and things like that. We're just looking for like a flat cart that has a single horse that pulls it. Doesn't even have to be a horse. It can be an ox. It can be a mule. Really? I wasn't looking for a hireling. I was just thinking like a coach. So what is the coach cab for then? Because that would have to have a hireling with it as well. So anytime you take a coach, you also have to pay for a hireling.
That's way cheaper than like renting a car, especially in a world where they can't easily track us down if we decide to steal it instead of return it.
Right, then let's just use that. That's, I mean, a coach cab, it might be for people, but we can throw a ghoul in a trunk and throw that on the back of the coach cab. That's 3 copper per mile.
That's true. We might have to pay a little bit more for their discretion, but yeah, seems like somebody would want to do that.
How many miles across is the city?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying.
I'm sorry, I was trying to keep the price down because I have 0 money.
Now we can.
We need to find a ghoul before we even bother trying to hire a cab to transport it.
All right, but there are some burlap sacks around. Burlap sacks around in here, right? Yeah. Sure.
So
Right,
get 2 of those, put one over his top half, one under his bottom half, and then tie it shut.
Yep, that'll do it most of the way.
Perseus, no.
I'll just grab 3 just to be sure. Make sure. Do I have some rope?
I have rope.
Surely I have rope. Yeah, I've got rope. Okay, good. Okay, cool.
All right, so are we going to try to check and see if there is a more unsanctioned graveyard nearby first, or are we just going to go straight to one of the ones we know that exist?
Let's try an unsanctioned one in this district. I think that'll be a lot easier to deal with.
So let's just go to like a seedy tavern or something and see what we can just ask. Okay, that's probably not where we should go. I'd say let's take a look around and see if we can find like just like an average Joe kind of guy, like somebody who looks like he's like a coal miner, or ditch digger. All right, so let's find a place that has a decent amount of people in earshot that are not the guards, and then Pedals, you and I will strike up a conversation about the reality of ghouls and whether they exist, and try your approach on that.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's try maybe over here at the bar. Way we got the people at the table north of us and the people at the stools at the bar near us.
Sure.
Plus, there's always a bartender, and bartenders hear things.
How much for the house ale? Yeah. Oh, I'll pull out a copper.
Is there a cost for your water? I am just here to settle a bet. Thank you.
Oh yeah, we're fine.
I don't know what they have to drink in this world. Is- And cheap hard liquor is what, like 2 copper or something like that? No, I'll take a shot.
I imagine it's probably like whiskey in the Wild West. You just go in, you don't have a kind of whiskey. It's like, give me whiskey, and they're like, here's whiskey.
Alright, so
But
Women got hair on their face, chest. It's rough.
alright, so I'm talking quietly to Lorcan. So yeah, just, making it seem like we're just rehashing the thing, but then I'll raise my voice a little bit. I'm telling you, there's no way that ghouls are really exist. I've never seen anything like that. It's fake. It's just a rumor.
and I'm telling you, I've seen one before, and if I could prove it to you, I would do it. I would just if I could just say, hey, there's a ghoul right there, I'd go and get it and show it to you. But
you can't because they don't exist. Tell you what, I'd bet 3 coppers they don't exist.
so since I'm picking up what he's throwing down, I'm gonna look over at him and be like, all right, handsome, help me settle a bet here. This I'm gonna say my fellow halfling here is saying that she doesn't believe in ghouls, that ghouls don't exist. Have you ever seen a ghoul? You have any idea where one might be able to be spotted so I could take this one there and show her exactly that these things are real?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how would you hit that check?
Well, please tell me with your amazing intellect that you know that there's one of those somewhere nearby that I could take and show her in hopes that we might be able to come across one.
See, that's what I'm telling you. It's always a friend of a friend of a friend. It's always on the other side of the city. They don't exist.
Like maybe in this district? I'll giggle and be like, "Look, handsome, my kisses are very, very special, and for me to just give them away, I would have to at least give. You'd have to at least give me a preview. Is it at least in this district?"
Well, I tell you what. Since I'm the one who thinks they don't exist, I look at Lorcan. I'll give you the 3 coppers if we can find one, and I'll give you a kiss if we find the ghoul. But just showing us the cemetery where they don't exist, that's not going to do it for me. No, I made the bet with her, 3 copper. But if you show us the cemetery and there's a ghoul there, then I'll give you a kiss. But if it's just an empty cemetery, then I'm right. And so I should be the one getting the spoils.
Yeah, and I'll say, and in good faith, because I'm the one that stands to lose here if I'm wrong, I will give you the kiss up front for just showing us the cemetery. And Ramus, what are you going to throw one in? Because he said from all of us.
Yeah, he's with us.
I was waiting for Ramus to be like, I give kiss. And then the dwarf be like, wait, I didn't mean that.
Ramus, good kisser. Holds good.
Many women say so. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Just from what I know about the city, if I leave at this time of day or night or whatever, is it going to be hard to get back in? Mm-hmm.
So they're actually questioning us when we leave, not just when we enter?
Like, we're from District 9. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, leave the city. It's cool. Don't come back.
So
I'm sorry, I'm short.
I'll tap Tiny at that and be like, see, I told you he's tiny. See, I told you. You're
Well, we I kind of look at Lorcan. We just wanted to go see the where our dear old dad is laid to rest, and these guys are just here along to protect us. I kind of glance at the dwarf to see if he flinches at the lie.
he's drunk.
Okay.
I'll be like, I'll say I appreciate the concern for lowly little us, but I assure you that I am of age. I am of adult. Petals here is a little bit younger, but she had questions about life and death, and I thought I would just kind of. It was easier to explain if I could take her to the site. These strapping young men here are going to make sure that we stay safe until we can return. I'll tap him on the forearm and be like, but you were so sweet to be concerned about us. As we're walking out, I'm like, fucking men always never minding their own damn business.
So if it's night, I assume it's really friggin' dark.
I have dark vision.
Okay.
And mine's 120 foot, JJ, in case it matters.
Yeah, we're home.
Nice.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Can I add ruby slippers to my character sheet, JJ? Because they appear to work.
And they will look marvelous on you, Tiny. I see nothing. My dark vision is failing. I just got it. Why is it going away already?
Your old age.
That's not even funny.
Man, this makes me want to finish that warlock thing I was writing up. I think you're gonna like it, Martin.
Sweet.
Cool. I checked it with JJ because there's, I mean, obviously, if it's about warlocks and like long-term stuff, not just like some little jail cell, then it has a little bit more setting implication. So I ran the idea by him, and he's cool with it. So I'm just kind of writing a little bit of like world background from the perspective of a wizard historian who has researched some of this sort of stuff. So JJ's free to make any of it he wants not true, but that's this one wizard's opinion.
Yeah, well, that's the good thing about writing legends and stuff. Like JJ said from the start, that all legends that we create are exactly that. They're legends. They don't even necessarily have to be based in any kind of fact at all.
Mm-hmm.
But you might find some people to believe them, and other people that are like, "That's poppycock."
I would bet most people probably wouldn't even like know this stuff because, like I said, I guess this is less of a legend. This is more of like a scholarly writing by a wizard.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like you said though. It's nice being able to just write stuff, and it's part of the world. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be true.
Yeah.
Do you need to be transitioned to the map to set the lighting? Because it's no.
So I can't remember if part of my backstory, if I had shared with you one of the ideas that I gave JJ about like the whole mantle thing and like getting that power back.
No, and I did not read the full backstory page.
Okay. Because some of that might help, because I don't know, like, and JJ got to discuss with you because I don't know how much of it he actually wanted to use, but I was like saying that like, so, you know, essentially part of my backstory is that I had this like great power, You know, like a ton of ability to use cold spells and things like that, and I got to use it for like a week, and then it was taken away from me when I was told I had to earn it back. And I was telling JJ, since his previous game took place in Pathfinder where there were no warlocks, and then this game takes place in 5e where there are warlocks. What if warlocks are kind of a new phenomenon in like the present day? And so there may not be many of us, and I might have it in my head that I have to kill as many of them as possible and take their power like Highlander.
Oh yeah, and JJ did tell me that that it should be a recent thing, that there shouldn't have been a lot of warlocks recently. So, but like you and I talked about there, the whole reason for this legend is to explain why they existed and then like didn't exist and now are existing again. So this is like, you know, they have existed in the past.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope. I've got a hooded lantern if I need it though.
Yes. I can see much. If the dwarf is carrying a torch, then that should be enough.
Yeah, I'll stick with him. He's not getting the kiss unless I see the ghoul.
I see a guy over there. And he went away.
Yeah, the only thing about this vision stuff is that I've noticed that you don't get the dim light really. You get like 1 block's worth of dim light, and then it kind of goes away.
I don't know how it is with you guys, but with the dark vision thing, like I do see probably about what I'm looking at now. I'd see probably about 20 to 30 feet of dim.
Yeah, I only ever see 1 block's worth of dim along the edge.
Yeah, as right now I have like a lit up circle, but that might be my full 120 that I'm seeing. And then a little bit beyond that, I can see dim.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, just commenting. If something shows up in the dim light, you'll have to.
Oh no, you're right, because that's not my 120 feet. No, because like I mean, if I include the dim, it is for sure. Yeah, it looks like I have 90 foot of full vision, but if I actually go with into the dim light, then I do have 120. It's fine.
Yeah,
120 is a lot.
If you don't give any vision to your spectator, the recording will be kind of black. Just okay. All right, cool. All right.
I have no control over my token currently. Or wait a minute, never mind. I had the wrong select tool. Okay. So, yeah, we come in here and I'll say, well, we definitely have reached a graveyard. So I will lean down and give the dwarf a kiss. I told him I'd give him one up front if he could show me a graveyard. I'm gonna lay it on nice and thick too.
Oh, you don't want a kiss from me too?
Oh, don't worry. We'll see you again. Ramos, you're the only non-useless man.
Sweet, I got a torch out of the deal.
Okay, so I think we should go in through that north gate there and take a look, see what we got. It seems to be standing wide open.
Okay. Perfect. Well, if ghouls did exist, this seems like the sort of place they'd be.
Do any of them look like they are relatively fresh? Okay.
I guess I might need to go to the west a little bit to see, but is there like a fence? Oh, I guess we just went through a gate. So is there a fence around this thing generally? I guess I can't really see. So I don't
Perfect.
know.
There we go.
Sure, sure. Makes sense. Is that
Lord
is that
can
grave
probably
off?
direct us around.
Is that grave off to the left actually an open grave? Okay.
Okay. Well, so you said this first one, the one I'm standing in front of, is more of a mausoleum.
I've got a real quick out of character question about Roll20. Jonathan, if you go over to the left a few spaces, can you still see into the crypt from my light, or does it block your line of sight because of the wall?
Does not block line of sight.
That's what I thought. It's unfortunate they couldn't. Oh, cool.
Now I don't see anything.
Okay, got it. That's cool.
Okay, so
Well, I mean, like last game, I could see everything, but I stood around because I couldn't see anything.
Right.
It's not like it's hard.
I can see, yeah, I can see all the way across the graveyard. From where I'm at right now, I can see all the way to there. And then down here, it stops about there. I can't see what's beyond it because of line of sight. Like I can see right there, and then anything above this line right now is black. Well, I mean, the one we're right in front of. I still want to I still want to go in and take a little peek around. Is it
Okay.
locked in any way?
I would try to sneak, but I'm carrying a torch in the middle of the dark, so.
I'm probably just gonna stand right here at the door and like coach you.
All right, I'll take a step in. Ow, Bowser.
Sounds like a halfling name to me.
Gotcha. Well, nothing really in here.
All right, let's move on to the next then. I'll be looking in between these just in case there's one like lurking about as I go by. Okay, so I'll go and look in this one and see.
What I see.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry, I didn't see where here was. I'm zoomed in too far. Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'm going to try to sneak over that way. I'll tap Eula on the shoulder and just kind of motion for you guys to stay here. And I'll just like point at my ear and then point in that direction. And then I will try to. I'm not very stealthy, but I'm going to attempt to sneak over there.
Mm.
Told you I wasn't very stealthy.
That was a bad roll too, but
Yeah, so I'm gonna sneak over there and try to look around the corner. Do they have light sources? Oh. Okay. I'll sit there and observe them for a moment and see if I see them doing anything of interest. Just in case they're digging up my goal. They're probably just straight up grave robbers. Okay. Well, while I'm here in front of this tomb, I'll at least peer inside. Do I see anything immediately that grabs my attention? Hmm. And there's what, 3 of them? Okay. Do they seem to be like, are they wearing armor? Are they armed? Okay. All right. Then I will go back over here to them, and I will report to them what I saw. Tell them that, you know, I'll say there are 3 figures over there. Could I tell what race they were? Okay, so I'll say there are 3 humans over there that are digging up graves, but they don't have any light source, so I don't know how they're seeing. Okay. Okay, so I'll say there are 3 humans over there. It looks like they're just average grave robbers digging up new graves, but they do have a 2-horse cart.
Hmm.
But they seem to be digging, and they might be digging for a moment. Say, let's look in what we've got here and see if we see anything.
Okay, I'll take a step
Not,
inside.
not generally in the habit of just casual banditry, but if it serves my purposes, I'm all about it.
Okay. There's nothing much in here except for some stairs.
We should definitely investigate those. The crypt next to this, I kind of peered inside while I was over there, and I didn't see anything of note. This is probably the best lead we have in this cemetery. So it doesn't hurt to at least go down and check it out. We need to find some way for you to see in the dark.
Sounds good to me.
I could, but there's 3 of them.
Is that supposed to be so I can't hear, or do I hear that rather?
You're going inside looking at murals, right? So I wait for you to go in.
Well, at the moment I'm right next to Lorcan, though.
Well, at the moment you are.
Right. So if you whispered right then, I'm asking if I heard that.
I would literally have bent over and whispered into her ear.
Okay.
So, well, as Eula like walks in there, then I would lean back to Ramus and be like, I would need you to come running if I call for backup. I don't know if I could take 3 of them out before they could get to me.
Should we find Ghoul first, see if necessary? Or just...
I'm thinking yes, but on the other hand, if it takes a moment, they might be gone by the time we get back.
Yeah, you guys gonna come in here too?
Yeah, that's fine.
You guys gonna come in here? Because I'm not going down these stairs by myself.
Right behind you. So as we go down the stairs, I'll probably say something at that point to Eula and be like, what do you think? Like, these people are over there robbing the graves. Like, we could really use their cart.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So do you think we should address that first? Because depending upon like how long this takes, they might be gone by the time we come back.
That's a good point. I was thinking we might be able to scare them off. But if we do that too early, they might come back.
Right. And we could also scare the horses if we tried something scary.
Oh, it just depends on what kind of scare it is. It could be something that's, might make a horse nervous, but something
If
more
only we had
intelligent.
Frenchie here. He could make a ghost and they would be like, oh shit, it's a ghost, and run away.
Yeah, exactly.
They might take their cart with them.
That's true. They might take their
Depends
cart.
on how quickly they feel like they need to get away.
Well,
What do you
Eula,
do?
Eula, you could sneak up and disable the cart. So when they try to take off with it, they're like, shit, the wheel won't move.
Yeah.
Or we could just kill them. They are robbing graves. That's not a good thing to do, right? I mean, we should do the right thing here.
JJ, did you see my message? Okay.
I don't know. there's no need to kill them, we could just get them off. But there's no guarantee that'll work either.
Killing is definitely more guaranteed. And I don't think there's going to be any lawman that's going to be like, no, you shouldn't have killed those grave robbers. Especially after we just told the lawmen that we were coming out here to observe our father, in remembrance, and they were robbing his grave. We acted in complete passion.
I'd rather they not know that we killed anybody personally.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying if we were to get caught. But they've got their graves already dug. We could just kill them and throw them inside.
Oh, that's a good point.
They would make ghoul bait.
That's true. Then
Do
we'd have
need a
fresh
good
bodies.
dead body.
Yeah, we'd have fresh bodies that we could lure a ghoul out with.
Well, so if we scared off if we killed one, scared off two, I bet the other two are not coming back.
That's true. And what's scarier than death? If I kill one, the other two might run.
Exactly.
Can you disguise? Well, they're not gonna be able to see me anyway. I say if you could disguise me as something scary when I kill them, then they might run. But unless they light something, they're not gonna be able to see me anyway.
Yeah, do
They're
your
far enough, they still won't be able to see you.
I was gonna ask, I guess I've seen them, so just do I know? Do your Eldritch Blast or your icy things, whatever I've seen, does that make it a non-lighted thing?
There's nothing that says expressly that there's light. The Eldritch Blast is just force damage.
Right, yeah, force. I was thinking if that did make a light, that would be pretty scary in and of itself.
JJ, how tall are the crypts? Could Tiny boost me up onto the roof of one? Okay, so I'll suggest that. I'll be we could go outside. If something's shooting from the top of the crypt, and then maybe you could make some kind of spooky sound or something.
Plus your sneak attack.
I don't have that.
No. But Joe has a ranged attack that could.
But he needs to be able to see to use that, doesn't he?
I have to be able to see then, yeah.
They can light up a torch though at some point.
Sure, if they do, then it wouldn't be bad for you to be up there with me so that you could help take them down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can illuminate them if we just want to try to take them all out, but if the point is to try to scare them, the darker it stays, the more scary it will be.
If only one of them lit up, that could be pretty scary in and of itself, especially if that one dies right afterwards. Lighting that one up would make it a lot easier for me to help out.
They can still take card away.
Yeah.
Yep. I could do like Lorcan suggested though, and try to, or maybe that was Ramos. Yeah, we try to make sure that the cart won't easily be used.
You'd have to be able to sneak up to it in the dark.
Oh, the dark makes it easier.
Well, I mean, for you to see.
Right. So I don't know, JJ. You said that you can kind of see. If I'm moving 5 feet around or something.
So let's do that then. Let's go out and go around the back side, and we'll have Tiny boost me up to the top, and I'll keep just kind of a lookout. That way, if they start moving at you, I'll just start firing at them. You sneak around the back to the crypt, head over to the wagon, disable it in some way that you could easily fix again, and then come back, and Tiny will boost you back up here, and then we'll start doing what we got to do. I'll take a shot first. If they go down like a chump, then I won't bother illuminate them because I only get so many of those a day.
Okay. Do you want me to make a signal when I'm ready for you to do your thing?
No, you're gonna come back and he's gonna boost you back up on the roof.
Oh, okay, got it. Thing is, what if I have to make some noise to do?
I'm gonna start shooting.
Okay, so yeah, if you if I'll kind of wave my hand like this, you see me do that. That means I need you to do something that's going to cover the noise I'm going to make.
Oh, okay. You're wanting me to hide a noise.
Right. Well, if you're shooting somebody when I'm banging a rock into jam it or something, then they're not going to pay as much attention.
Okay, that'll work.
I don't know if I'll need a distraction. But yeah, if I wave my hand, then I'll need a distraction.
Okay. That's a plan then. We're gonna go back out, JJ.
I'm gonna I'm gonna put out the torch before we go out there again.
So can you give us like 0 foot of light or 5 foot of light?
I don't know exactly how this would work in terms of other people seeing it. I would assume that other people can notice a light, like from really far away. You know, even if they can't see what's illuminated by it, they can see that there's a torch way over there.
Probably.
So like, yeah, like I've got a hooded lantern. If I put the hood over that, it only illuminates for 5 foot of dim. But I would assume that if you're walking around in a clear area, people can still see that the light exists.
Probably.
JJ, have you done anything to like keep me from being able to move? I was trying to pick it up and move it, but it wouldn't even let me do that. Okay, well, I'm gonna stand here so that I can see, but I'm actually on the corner above me. Because I can't, if I'm inside, it won't let me see anything, but I'm on the roof of that building.
All right. I don't actually know where I'm sneaking to.
Yeah, we kind of need you guiding us in the beginning because you're not.
Okay, where am I going?
Okay, so I'll just say hold on to me, and then like I will walk you through here, back here. And then I'll say, and then I'll put your hand against the back of this building and say, okay, follow this to the end, and then just go straight on. You'll go across some graves. I think there are 3. JJ's in the very, very corner of the map. Now we lost JJ's picture. Oh, there he is.
Yes.
Yep. Huh.
It's like a. Oh, okay.
Okay. Command 0 should recenter it. Oh.
I didn't see it. I'm looking at it, but I don't see anything.
I see the red ping.
Yeah, I don't see it. I see no. I have no red ping.
Just need to scroll around. It's a little bit down and a lot to the right.
Nope. I just disappeared. Oh, wait, okay, I see it now. So you put the card on there, but it's in the white space. Got it. I couldn't see it because I didn't have it zoomed out far enough. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna be over here, and I didn't realize it was that far. Okay, so then going around the back of the tomb would not have been what I thought then, as I thought it was up there.
Yeah.
So instead, I'd say let's. I'll take them down to this end of the tomb, and tell him that he can just go straight through here, and it'll just go through an open area, and he should come to a cart. And just follow this wall along this building here until it stops, and if you're not all the way to the cart, then keep on going.
Over this wall?
Yep.
Okay.
And then just follow that back to here, and I'll be waiting for you when you get back. Well, no, I need to be up there just so I can shoot at them if you need noise. So come boost me up here, Ramus.
Okay, JD, I see white. What am I seeing there? Okay. I think I'm not so here.
Oops. Okay. Yeah, the first one. Ignore the second one. I thought. And mine's a 6 because I have disadvantage on stealth. I mean, unless someone can help me, so to speak.
Why is it you have disadvantage on stealth?
My armor.
Ah, okay. Did I hear that? Okay.
Okay. Okay. I'll still continue as normal. I assume that if they're just normal humans, they're not going to be able to see me without a light source anyway.
So what is this white thing?
Are we more than 30 feet away from them, Martin?
Oh, okay. Oh, it won't actually let me walk into that.
We are not
I
from
can do
the.
it.
We are right on the cusp of that, John. Like 2 of them are within 30 feet of me. 1 of them is 35.
Yeah, I was just, if you wanted to get up on somewhere that they'd be out, they couldn't see, even if they lit a torch.
That's what I thought he said.
But I'll put you right.
Keep going straight.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'll get Tiny to go ahead and boost me up, and then I'll tell him to take, about 10, 15 feet to his left afterwards.
I will be in the bush, I guess.
That's right. Take on it. That was right.
So all I'm going to be doing right now is paying attention to Eula to see if she gives the signal.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Like from nearby, from far away. Okay.
That's weird.
Okay. I hide under the cart.
Okay.
He had an alarm on the cart.
Yeah. Which guy? The black guy? Okay.
I've got the red box of doom, by the way.
Good thing fairy fire illuminates invisible creatures. All right. Yep. Jig is up.
You guys have the red box of doom.
Nope.
I do.
Oh, there it is. Let's see.
Are we
Nope, I
able to
can't
win?
even click. Or wait.
Oh, sweet.
I was like, maybe it's under the black. That's why I can't see it. Yes.
Oh, what happened to my initiative?
What
It
happened?
was there when the turn order first came up. Now it's gone. Daggone it. All right, I'll roll again. It was such a good roll, though. I'm on the cart with the idea that I'm actually under the cart. The cart's moving?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I moved up to being like between the wheels. I went between the wheels to get under the cart.
I'd say still try to disable on your turn, Joe.
Mine didn't add either, which is probably because of that same thing.
Nice. It's even better.
I can't duplicate my natural one for you, JJ's.
Hey, if I had to reroll, get a better one, you have to reroll and get a better one.
Get a better.
Congratulations.
Precious.
Okay. I'm actually going to crawl over here to the side that I assume that's a fence that I'm next to now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, well. Then, yeah, I will start. Are these wheels that have like spokes, like kind of stereotypical wagon wheels? Then I will get out my rope and start tying it to one wheel. And whenever I have enough time, I don't know how many rounds it'll take, I'll tie to the other wheel too, so that the wheels can't really go without like undoing the knot or tearing the rope or something. Okay.
Whatever, dude.
Sure.
The invisible guy still can't see anything if he's human. Might not be. Dodge. You know, I don't know. We'll have to look it up.
I think you can, because I think like you always have your movement. It's just
I don't know, dude. Dodge might be pretty restricted.
Yeah, it could be special, but I think that was one of the things they were trying to simplify. Was just like you always have your move unless something takes you down to 0. But it could fit your
I mean,
move.
there's a feat that takes away your movement that I can get, for example, so it's not unforeseeable.
Yeah, they could set your speed to 0.
All right,
Or half
192.
You know,
So page 192 is where we're looking for John.
dick. All right.
Dodge. When you take a dodge action, you focus entirely on avoiding attacks till the start of your next turn. Any attack roll made against you has disadvantage if you can see the attacker, and you make dexterity saving throws at advantage. You lose this benefit if you're incapacitated or if your speed drops to 0.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting. You
Well-
lose the benefit if your speed goes to 0.
So that implies your speed does not go to 0.
But it does. It is your action, so it's basically like taking full defensive. Okay. Green Dude was the caster. So I'm gonna start by casting Fairy Fire. Hopefully, other dude doesn't have a chance to move yet. So, no way for me to be able to show an area.
You could draw a circle. Or a square. You can draw a square.
So it is for Fairy Fire. It is a 20-foot cube. So we're gonna go. It doesn't. Oh, it does matter though, because they still have it still has an effect. So they any creature in the area of the spell is cast as outlined in light if he fails a dexterity check. For the duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light for a 10-foot radius. So even though they individually were not affected, everything in that area is still shedding light in a 10-foot radius. So that allows for both John and Joe to be able to see anybody in that area. Okay, and then I am going to use my bonus action to cast Hex on Green Dude. So there's no save for that for him or anything like that. It just means I deal extra damage to him if I hit him, and he is going to have disadvantage on
Strength. Unless you got something better.
No, if you need strength, I can choose strength.
I mean, strength lets me like bitch slap people to the ground easier.
Okay, so he'll have disadvantage on strength.
Hide is actually an action.
On any strength ability checks, he will have disadvantage. And that's my turn. And since none of those actually came from anywhere, they still don't know where I am.
All right. Well, JJ, I made a. You already had me make a stealth check earlier.
Back, I'm gonna grab a drink real quick.
If you want me to make a separate one for the hide. Okay. Right. I can hide as a bonus action, so I could have done that in my other turn. Right.
Perception's the quick one. But... Yeah.
Like, what set it off?
um,
So there is light in that 20 by 20 purple
Right.
square.
and it's emitting like 10 feet out, sort of. thing.
Yes.
I will stay out of the range of that light right here and watch.
Like, are you readying to do something, or?
I mean, I guess already if someone comes up into right here, any of these 3 spots, to try to get towards the building, towards where Lorcan is, then I'll attack them. Otherwise, but now he can only see right like this unless he's got cool vision, I guess. Real small.
I imagine it's probably still spellcraft.
Does spellcraft exist in this? Spell casting. What is a spell? Known spells, rituals, spell slots, casting a spell. Casting time, range, duration, components. The words themselves aren't the source, but the combination of sounds and pitch that someone who's gagged or very can't use it.
The Arcana skill measures your ability to recall lore about spells, magic items, eldritch symbols, magical traditions, planes of existence, and the inhabitants of those planes. It says recall lore about them. It doesn't really say to recognize a spell.
But there is no spellcraft anymore either.
No.
When characters use divination spells such as detect magic or identify, they can glimpse the weave of someone casting. A spell such as dispel magic smooths the weave. Anti-magic arrange it. And yeah, that's a bunch of stuff.
Looking at Stack Exchange, someone asks this exact question. Or the answers really only say that nothing explicitly in the rules about how to do that. And they offer some suggestions, but they say it's probably in the DMG.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to continue to try to tie that rope. Or tie it to the other wheel or whatever.
Hi, Sarah.
Hey. Cleaning. Well, Martin, when you start shooting them, that should attract their attention.
I'm just going to continue tying the rope. Even being underneath the cart. Yeah.
I don't know if there's expressly going to be anything that's going to be a hard rule on that, JJ. You might have to just be. Cause, I mean, I know if you attack from hiding, then it reveals, but I don't think any action reveals your hiding spot.
There's even a feat where you can shoot a crossbow from hiding, and if it misses, it doesn't reveal you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a crossbow bolt is an obvious thing, though. Like
That makes sense. I will do it quietly. Okay.
But no one has actually a light source yet of any of those people. All right. Right. You said that. I'm just double checking that no one's.
Okay. JJ, just for when looking in the box about hiding, it says if you make any noise, that could give away your position, but it doesn't say any action gives you up. If you attack or make any noise, or if they can see you directly.
Well, that makes sense. Taking twice as long to make sure I'm quiet is reasonable.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
I made that by mistake. I don't know how to get rid of it.
You use your mouse and you can drag over it and delete it with the little cross, little arrow.
So, I am going to. So the chick is looking around for Eula. Okay, and then Green Dude is obviously casting something.
Essentially. Yeah.
I'm going to shoot Green Dude. And he does have disadvantage against me if he cannot see, and I have advantage on him. He takes another D6 as well because he's hexed by me. So that's necrotic. The first 5 force and then 2 necrotic. And that's my turn. I guess I'll move a little bit to deeper in the building so that they can't see me directly from looking up. I really badly want to yell out and be like, "Evildoers beware!"
That'll be really ironic.
By the way, for dark vision, it's everything in darkness is considered lightly obscured. Which is a disadvantage on wisdom perception checks. Anyway. I mean, I don't see any enemies, so right now I'm just hanging out. I'm going to ready an action if someone comes in front of me to hit them, assuming it's not Eula.
Thanks for that.
Okay. To be clear, JJ, about my vision, I don't have dark vision. I can see normally in darkness and magical darkness.
That's cool.
Other dude. Might be some shank time, Eula.
You might have been able to hear that. Not yet, though. So.
Yeah.
And he also says, "My name is Othar Duday." Oh shit! Good thing I can't see that. All right, I'm gonna try to keep finishing up this this time.
Okay. The one that's wearing black or other dude, did he go invisible when green dude cast something? Okay. All right. So, what happened to Chick?
She's under one of the green dudes. It looks like.
Oh, well, we know that's not a real green dude then.
One of them can be at my spot. Yeah.
Okay. I will. I'm gonna fire at green dude. The one in the center. That was the last place I saw him actually at.
The driver. Just keep shooting the driver until there's no more drivers.
Okay. If it actually strikes him, then I need to roll necrotic damage as well.
And you well.
Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and roll it, and then you determine whether or not.
Ooh.
So 17 to hit, right? Because you have advantage.
Yeah.
The one in the drivers. Wagon can't drive.
Okay. That's my turn.
Shitballs. Oh shit.
Remember those runaway rules you wanted to write, Joe?
Oh. Shit.
Hmm. It's fine. Hits.
Shit.
We didn't expect to fight them either. We were just going to disable their. There's going to be an alarm there.
So now is he visible?
So he's under the wagon too? Okay.
How loud was that?
And if making noises, saying things, etc., is a free action, you also hear ah.
All right. Yeah. So I'll go to there. Hang on a second. That's 60. And then I'll go ahead and use the action surge. And I'll move to here. And I will smack the guy. But I roll like shit because it's awesome. Well, it was either a 19 or a 1. Apparently the order was the 1. Oh, well. Guess you better run, Lorcan. It's going to be a party wipe over here.
They find me, I will.
All right. I will. Let's see. Probably going to take an attack of opportunity, but I'll just eat that.
You could stab and run, Joe.
Yeah, or I could run and run.
Well, you could withdraw and
But
run.
it's darkness, so you could attack, and all you got to do is move, and then unless they strike a light, they're not going to find you.
Can't you withdraw as your bonus action?
I can, but I can go farther if I run and run blindly in the dark. Which I think is what I'm going to do. So I guess crawling under the cart is probably like difficult terrain. So that's like 1, 2, another 2 to get out, or is that 1 to get out? Right. Oh, then I gotta stand up. Rough. Okay. So that's my normal movement. So action to dash. Assuming there, at least other dude is probably gonna attack of opportunity me. Probably. I'm not
He
withdrawing.
doesn't want to. He just wants to run full out like a crazy person and get stabbed again.
Yeah.
So just let him do it. No, he's got to be next to me.
Yeah, and I'm right there while it's happening.
Oh, that's cool. I'll get a new character soon, I guess.
Nice. Okay, so it was 5 to get here.
Does he get the
Right.
sneak attack? He has to have advantage, right? By a mirror image, I guess. Okay, whatever.
Well, and by the chick.
Chick's up on the. Well, whatever. Yep.
So 5. I get, if I'm doing double dash, which is what I'm planning on doing, I get 15 blocks. So 5 to get here. 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm like running full out in the dark. So if you need me to make athletics or acrobatics or something, or perception, I totally understand that. Okay. Cool. 15. That would be my farthest movement.
Okay, I'm gonna attack green dude.
I don't think it matters which one you shoot. Oh, it does. Oh.
Okay, well, I'm going to attack the other one that could potentially drive off the cart.
So now he needs to make a concentration check on his spell. Hmm. They do 1 damage plus your strength.
This will teach you to go up against Othar Duday.
If he has advantage, he has to make the attack. He has advantage, and it's an auto crit while I'm paralyzed. So I'm just letting you know that's the. Okay.
So he moved out and got back up on top of the cart? Okay. Okay. So has she grabbed the reins yet? All right. All right. I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb on her.
All right. At least you didn't roll like shit like the other time.
Yeah, and I have advantage, so because she can't see me.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, if I still get, okay. I know I'm probably not going to take out other dudes, so I'll take a chance on the hitting green dude, the same one I tried to hit before.
You're not going to shoot the driver, or is that not an option?
Well, I can shoot the driver. I'll try the driver. I'll try the driver.
Oh.
They stole my rope. Rope's expensive, damn it.
Well, did you finish tying it to the?
I guess I missed it. Did they cut the rope?
No. So, based on what I was trying to do, I was trying to tie it to one wheel and then tie it to the other wheel. So I would assume that I was more than halfway through. So I would assume I got it tied on one wheel and my rope is trailing behind. It just didn't make it on the second wheel.
Yeah.
I would have tried to pull like a pin out or something. So
That's what when I had the idea of you disabling the cart, that's what I thought you were going to do, was just try to remove like a spoke pin or something. All right. Well, let's. Well, real quick, I want to go investigate the grave that they didn't get a chance to finish digging up. Oh, we got our bodies.
Yes.
Well,
I will take the shovel.
we got our bodies at least.
No way to get them back in the city, but you know we have bodies.
We don't need to get them back in the city. Well, I mean, we could, but my main goal of wanting to get them was to try to lure the ghoul.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but they didn't get to finish digging this one up, right? They seem to be really intent on this one. So, Ramos, you feel like finishing digging this up?
Yeah, whatever.
There might be something cool. If not, don't worry about it. They were after something.
Yeah. Well, how long do I think it would take to finish digging it up? Like based on the other holes. Okay. 10 minutes is fine. Then, so.
They probably just wanted to eat it, sorceress bastards.
Yeah, I'll finish if it's only.
Somebody sent them out here just to get bodies. That's not. That's disconcerting.
Cannibal sorcerers.
Or a necromancer.
Probably where they get their powers, from eating dead bodies.
I'm thinking probably necromancer.
Cannibal necromancer, sure.
Is it cannibalism to eat the undead? Or is it a new category of creature?
That's just gross. Cannibalism's gross enough at eating dead flesh. Ew.
Better than eating somebody alive. Sicko.
Ugh.
Anyway. So next week, when we have other players, probably,